Hello, Girl Scout Spirit of Nebraska volunteers, and welcome to our Girl Scouts at Home programming. I am Michelle Teeters, and I am the recruitment specialist for Western Nebraska. And today we have joining us Misty Amick, Kay French, and Melissa Wadalovich. I did not mess that up. I'm so proud of myself. And they're going to talk to us about the Girl Scout alums. So Misty kind of handles the program, and she's going to take us through what you need to do to be involved and some of the experiences that you can have. And then Kay and Melissa are going to tell us about some of the favorite things they've done with the program and just some things they've done that they really enjoyed. So with that being said, I am going to hand it over to Misty.
Thank you. So as Michelle said, my name is Misty, and I run the Spirit of Nebraska Alum Association. And this is actually my most favorite part of working for Girl Scouts. And the reason why is that I get to engage with alums of all ages. So basically the minute that a girl graduates from high school and kind of bridges over to being an adult member, all the way through their Girl Scout journey, I am really the person that engages with them for alum opportunities. So the Alum Association is very large, and it has a lot of different opportunities and ways to be involved. There are opportunities as far as affinity groups, and those affinity groups are based on ages. So there is a college-specific affinity group that is currently kind of under construction right now, and that's geared really towards that 18 to 25 age level. There's a young professionals focused group that's more 25 to 45, which Melissa will probably talk to you a little bit about. She's pretty heavily involved in that. And then there is an older, mature, that Kay will talk to you about group, called the Silver Trefoil, and they kind of take the reins as far as that group is concerned. And all three of those groups fall underneath that Alum Association. And then we also offer interest groups that are really for anyone, and they tie into Girl Scout traditions. And some of those are like singing, cooking, being outdoors, gardening, and so those are all opportunities. And then there's the opportunity, obviously, to give back through volunteering. And my most favorite thing is our annual alum retreat. And so a lot of you have probably heard about that. That's available to any alum. And so how we define an alum is anybody who was a girl member or is an adult member / was an adult member / maybe you were a troop leader in the past and now you are just kind of volunteering for your daughter's troop or a friend's troop, or you're just a volunteer. I still think you're an alum, and I think it's a really good opportunity to get involved and come out and kind of explore, camp for a day, and kind of get to do fun things with other adults at camp without the girls around. So to join the Alum Association is completely free. All you do is just log on to the Girl Scouts website, and up in the right hand corner you'll see a little letter that there's 4 little letters that just say alum. You click on that, and all of the opportunities that I mentioned are on the website. They're listed there. It's very easy. You just fill out the form that says, yes, I want to be an alum. There's no cost. We don't solicit you for anything. In fact, all you get is just kind of a hello, welcome, and then we will invite you to our Facebook page where we basically just post about 4 times a month, and it's just updates about what's going on in Girl Scout alum world. So that's basically a general overview of Girl Scout Alum Association here in Nebraska. It's different everywhere, but I will pass it over to Kay and Melissa, who will tell you about more of the fun things that we do or that they have done by themselves. Okay.
All right. I'm Kay French, and I am the president of Silver Trefoil. And silver connects with our name because you have to have served in some capacity in Girl Scouts for at least 25 years. As a girl member, as an adult member, it's not continuous. So you could have done 3 years here and 4 years here and 5 years here. So we do tend to be, as Misty said, older and more experienced, but we certainly have had a lot of fun in Girl Scouts. I've been a member of Silver Trefoil now since I was a staff member for Homestead. And then once I moved away from that, I still wanted to be involved, and now I'm president. We meet randomly about 3 to 4 times a year. Right now, we're going to try a meeting virtual on Saturday, and we'll see how that goes. But we have members from all over the state. Even though we started in Lincoln, we have members that live in Chadron, in Stanton, in La Vista, all over Nebraska. And we generally are involved in having fun and promoting Girl Scouts for everyone. We've all had the comment, "Oh, you're still a Girl Scout?" I've never not been a Girl Scout. So it just gives us an opportunity. We support older girls. We just recently were able to make a financial donation. And Misty, tell me the name of that donation.
The Gold Award Mini Grant Program,
Okay.
which supports the Gold Award projects in Nebraska. Yep.
Yeah, and we were able to make that donation. We are always involved in the alum retreat in some way or another. Misty keeps us involved in that. And we just have a really good time getting together. We've all had a wealth of experiences as leaders and girls and have taken trips and traveled, and it's all because of Girl Scouts.
So,
And Kay, I can't, sorry, Michelle, I can't let Kay off the hook because she's not doing herself any justice by not telling you she basically launched that.
What?
you're cutting out, Misty.
Oh no, I said she can't get off the hook without telling you about the songbirds.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
All right. We also have a group that we started last year called the Songbirds. We're all aware of the tradition of Girl Scouts singing. It's getting lost. Everyone knows a few songs or Baby Shark, but other than that, we want the girls to sing all kinds of the traditional, what we think of as campfire, sentimental, traditional kinds of songs. So our Songbird group, unfortunately this year, due to coronavirus, we've had to cancel most of our appearances. We are not entertainment. We are not the show. We are there to teach. And we almost invariably get people singing that haven't sung in a long time, who want to sing, who are so glad we're singing. And I think the one activity that was really good, we were with a group of girls last summer, and we had done several songs, and then all of a sudden, some of the girls stood up and said, "Can we teach a song?" And they did. And that's what we want. We want that tradition to come back. It's part of every Girl Scout experience I've ever had, and we need to make sure that girls know how important that is to Girl Scouting.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Kay, you talked a little bit about some of the travel experiences that you've had. Could you maybe talk about 1 or 2 of your favorite travel experiences? You know, volunteers and girls all love to travel.
I have to say, I was thinking about this last night. Other than family vacations, every travel experience I've had in my lifetime has been related to Girl Scouts. I was a senior Girl Scout. I went to National Convention. I went to 1962. That makes me 140, but I went to Roundup in 1962 in Vermont. I've traveled and worked in different Girl Scout camps, but I have to say my favorite experience is in 1999. 12 adult Girl Scouts. We went to Europe for a month. We spent 10 days at our chalet. We spent 7 days at Pax Lodge in London, and the rest of the time we traveled around Europe, Italy and France predominantly. My favorite Girl Scout memory is this. When you're at the chalet at night, everyone is tucked into their rooms, and a group of you can stand at the base of the stairway and sing lullabies, taps, whatever you want to sing. And so our group that night, there were 4 of us, we decided to sing. And you sing at the bottom of the stairway, and then you hear people say, "Good night, thank you," and you move on to the next stairway. We were asked to also sing to a group of Japanese women who were there in a small cabin a distance from the main lodge. So we walked with a sky that was just stuffed with stars in the Alps to this cabin, and we decided to sing Peace of the River. And this is always emotional for me, isn't it, Misty? As we're approaching the cabin, we start singing Peace of the River, and we knocked on the door. A lovely Japanese woman opened the door. We were kind of startling them, and they started to sing Peace of the River back to us in Japanese. It just kind of brought everything full circle because Peace of the River was my mother's favorite Girl Scout song. She was our leader. And when we went to Camp Maha, every time we got ready to leave Camp Maha for our Scout Zone, we sang Peace of the River. So that was just a total full circle of every Girl Scout experience I've ever had. And my favorite memory, definitely.
That's an amazing experience. I guess I wouldn't have thought to go traveling with some of my adult Girl Scout friends, but I mean, yeah, that's an amazing experience. And then the Alps, my goodness, yeah, dream come true.
Well, we did say we had a fantastic time because after a month, we had traveled so extensively, but we had not lost anything or anybody, and we were all still speaking to one another.
Yes, that's probably key. You're still able to be friends after spending a month together on the road.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you, Kay. I really appreciate you talking with us about that. I think that a lot of us just forget that we're still Girl Scouts and we still have lots of opportunities available to us. And, you know, as adult Girl Scouts, we have a lot to give back that maybe we don't even think about doing for, you know, the girls or for each other even. So that's amazing. Thank you. Melissa, I think we've lost Misty. She disappeared. So I don't know what happened, but anyways, Melissa, do you want to tell us kind of about what you do with the alums and some of your favorite experiences?
Certainly. As Kay said, I've never not been a Girl Scout. I am a lifetime card carrying member. In recent years, back after college, I was actually an outreach leader, and then faded away from Girl Scouts for a little while. And by a twist of fate, Misty and I connected a few years ago, and then I've become involved in the Alumni Association, specifically, as Misty mentioned, the Young Professionals Group. We go by the name of AMPT, Advancing Modern Professionals for Tomorrow. There's a number of facets, just as Kay talked about with everything. There's all kinds of pieces to levels of involvement that you can have with Girl Scouts as an alum. With AMPT, again, the core being a Young Professionals Group. So there is, you become a member of the Young Professionals Group. We have social outings and there's networking opportunities. There are males that are also members of this Young Professionals Group. So you don't have to be a Girl Scout to be a member. And we get together, and it is networking. It's a good support system. We bring together all of our different experiences, and again, it's accepting and supporting, so that everybody can find, and at this age in our lives, from 25 to 45, all kinds of opportunities, right? And it's not just limited to the Girl Scout life, if you will. One of the really cool parts about AMPed, and the part that I'm really involved in, Misty, in being the leader of the Alum Association, created an organization, I guess you could call it, our program called Real Life Academy. And AMPed is actually the organization that kind of facilitates that. And what Real Life Academy is there's an application process for girls to apply. They have to be juniors or seniors in high school, and they apply to go through the Real Life Academy. And there is a number of requirements to participate, and there's a selection committee for the young ladies that are selected for it. Again, they don't have to be Girl Scouts as well. It allows us, I think that is awesome, because it allows us to reach out to still instill some of the Girl Scout values and opportunities in young ladies that may have not had Girl Scouts in their younger years. But the girls come in, and there's a certain, I know that's a topic for another day, but we facilitate Real Life Academy as mentors. And so we get to meet with these young ladies and help them learn about real life and what happens after graduation, and some of the things that they're going to encounter. And I will tell you, it's an amazing experience to watch them and to be with them and see some light bulbs go off in their heads. I know that I was recently speaking with Wendy Hamilton of Girl Scouts, and we had a conversation about what it is that Girl Scouts provides. And we were talking about how that they're in society where there's a missing link, right? That we're not getting to some of those core things that maybe it's some of those things that we talk about that millennials are missing, right? Some of that, some of those certain aspects that schooling, working parents that don't really facilitate that piece of the education. And Real Life Academy brings that picture in. And so by being a member of the Young Professionals group, it allows us as mentors to help educate the next generation of people that are coming through, and young ladies that'll be our future, in essence. So that's a really cool organization. As an alum of Girl Scouts, obviously, if you want to become a member of the Young Professionals group and help facilitate in the Real Life Academy, it is cool, because a lot of the things that I learned through Girl Scouts are the things that I am helping to build on for these young ladies today. So that's for the Alumni Association specifically. Now, stepping back to the broader picture, the Alumni Association is a connection into Girl Scouts, but I will say, for me personally, I also was involved in the Lincoln Art Venture, the leadership committee. That's another way that I have been connected to Girl Scouts and gave myself the opportunity to reconnect to Girl Scout life and Girl Scout values. It's fun. It's a great team of people, because again, it's an opportunity to give back while you're having fun at the same time. So my biggest thing that I would say about the Alumni Association and being an adult Girl Scout is that it's not limited to being a leader. I think that a lot of us think about giving back to Girl Scouts. It's about, having a troop of young girls and being that calm voice in a loud room and things like that. There is so much more that we're able to do. And I found for myself personally, by way of AMPed, opportunities within Girl Scouts that I'm able to give back, and financially, and then with the mentoring, organizational support. But at the end of the day, I'm going to make it selfish. It's about me, and it's about how I feel. And it's been an amazing experience for me to reconnect back to what I was when I was a kid, right? So all of those, the level, the inclusiveness, the support system, all of those pieces that we had when we were young, sitting around the campfire, the travels that, you know, that Kay mentioned, that we all came back, you came back from a trip, all still willing to talk to each other, things like that. That's what I've found in the Alumni Association, that those values are still instilled in all of us, and I've reconnected with that. And so while sometimes it may look like I'm here to give, I'm actually receiving a lot more than I'm giving.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Melissa. It's, I mean, yeah, we give to the girls. I work for Girl Scouts and I'm a volunteer. I have a troop, but it is like, I feel like I get a ton out of it too. Like, I learn from the girls and I enjoy those experiences. And, you know, I love the friendships I've made with other Girl Scout leaders. Like my best, closest friend is someone I never would have met if I hadn't had Girl Scouts. So yeah, I agree with you, but it looks like we're giving, but really we're getting a lot back.
I have one cute little story to share. So in high school, we had what it was called the East Coast trip or something. It was like this 3 or 4 week bus trip that we went on all together. And so one of the gals, she was actually from Western Nebraska. I was in Ord, and she was actually, oh my gosh, she's going to kill me for not knowing the name of the town, but somewhere by Scottsbluff. And so we became the best of friends on this trip. And I was recently traveling a couple years ago for work. And I knew that I had seen somewhere on Facebook that she was out in Pennsylvania, and I was going to a remote part of Pennsylvania. And so I connected with her on Facebook, and I flew out a day early and we met. And so, I mean, seriously, it'd been, oh gosh, 15, probably close to 20 years since we'd seen each other. Oh my gosh, am I that old? But anyhow, we meet for dinner in Pennsylvania, and she brought from that trip, she brought with her scrapbook. And we went through page by page, memory by memory of all these things of the trip. And so again, with the Alumni Association, I know that's a distance friendship that we were able to reconnect. But with the Alumni Association, you know, moving from high school and into college and later on to life, reconnecting with some of those people is pretty cool.
Yeah, it kind of helps you maybe keep some of the friends that you gain from Girl Scouts, that, you know, maybe you guys go different directions in the state or out of state, even to Pennsylvania. But I think the Alum Association is good for that. Make some new friends and reconnect maybe with some friends that you haven't seen in a really long time.
Right.
Misty, do you have anything you want to add? Or
I would just say, you know, if you're ever looking for Girl Scout friends, or even if you're a new leader or a volunteer, or maybe you, like Melissa said, are looking for other ways to be involved, I'd say that look to the Alum Association. There are other ways to get involved. It's a really good opportunity. I mean, I've seen so many people connect and build friendships over the years. Selfishly, I have so many amazing friends. Melissa and Kay are people I would consider personal friends, and I've made those connections. They've made those connections, and it's a really, really good resource for anybody. Not only, like I said, to make the connections for resources, but think about all of the information that Kay could share with you as a leader, and all of the wealth of knowledge that she has as far as singing and traditions, Scouts owns, badges, trips, everything that she could share with you. There's a whole network of people out there that could help you bring some of those traditions back to your girls. So it's there, it's available, and I'm always willing to chat with anybody about it and share any other details if they are interested.
perfect. Thanks, Misty. Kay, Melissa, you guys have anything else you want to add?
Well, I will add, thanks to Misty, if you go on the website and go to the blog and go back to about April 9th, you will see the story of my Girl Scout history. I am 73 years old, And so it started off, Misty titled it 66 Years in Girl Scouting, which made me feel very, very old. But it talked about
My intention.
experiences that I've had in Girl Scouting and the story that I told you about our chalet. But there is a picture of my brownie troop from 1954. And I got to looking at it and I realized that I had the email of one of those gals. I hadn't seen her in many, many years. So I sent her an email and told her to look at the blog. She was absolutely thrilled. We're going to get together sometime this summer, probably socially distant, but we had not communicated for decades. And she was thrilled to see our brownie picture on that blog. It was fun.
That's amazing. I love that story. And I'm going to go back. I didn't see that blog post, so I'm going to definitely go back and read it now for sure.
Oh, yes, by all means, do that.
I'm going to. I want to see the picture.
Michelle,
I wanna see your story.
Michelle, be prepared to cry because I wrote the story and I was like weepy and crying and like weeping my way through crying. It was awful. And yeah, so be prepared
That's
for
okay.
tears.
The social distancing has me a little more emotional than normal anyway. So I'll just go read it and be a complete mess, but that's okay.
It's fine. Prepare.
Yes, thank you. I'll have the Kleenexes ready.
Yeah. Well, I just had another Girl Scout event canceled this week. In 1966, I was a camp counselor at Meadow Mountain Ranch in Estes Park, Colorado, and they are having a reunion this year, and they just had to cancel it. And I'd been back for one of their reunions about 3 years ago, and I was ready to go back again, but they've already got a date for next year, so we hope that we can make that one.
Yeah, at least they didn't totally cancel and it's rescheduled. Hopefully by
Yes,
we can all, be near each other again.
we hope. Yes, we definitely hope.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time today. I really do appreciate you. I just wanted to make sure that our volunteers know that they have all these opportunities and resources and ways to be involved, in addition to or in place of just, you don't have to just be a troop leader. There's all these other things you can do. And so I make sure they all knew that. Any of our volunteers out there, if you have questions, please reach out to myself, reach out to Misty. We're happy to help point you in the right direction. And if you ladies don't have anything else, that's all I've got for you today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, Michelle.
Yes, I'll see you guys again soon, hopefully in person.
Okay, thanks, Michelle.
All right.
Yes, thank you, Kay.